So let's head to it while BDS and Vitality continue to collect points for World's Main. Vitality attempts a new European RLCS record with a split three-peat as they've won the last 2 regionals. It's time for last regional grand finals.
BDS versus Vitality becoming somewhat of a mainstay here in Europe. I'm Stumpy, joined by Cole, and this is going to be a French fancy of a series.
It's going to be absolutely brilliant, Stumpy Goblin. It's the one that seemed likely from the top of the day. Of course, Hogan Mode made it clear that it wasn't all about these 2 teams, but I think when we look at things, these are the highest, the upper echelon of European Rocket League right now.
I think it's good that we can now focus on seeing what these teams are able to do. Hogan Mode they were a question mark. We were wondering what exactly can they bring to these series, and the teams are wondering that exact same thing. That's where KC got caught out. BDS worked through that. They knew how to deal with the unpredictable nature that Hogan Mode put forward. Vitality, they are not unpredictable. They are a well-oiled, terrifying machine with every single cog of equal size. And it's BDS, they're trying to make sure that they are earning their spot and making sure that, hey, look, we are second in Europe. Yes, we only have 1 new player, but we have earned our place.
Yeah, Team BDS, the fact that they've come back with Rise and they've locked in that 2nd seed is huge. Rise joined this team in order to win World Championships. He moved away from Oxygen after moving away from Moist. This is the final form of his teammates. There was Seiko, who's already showing off with those Kiwi wheels. You have to have huge respect for that in a grand final. But BDS are very capable of taking down Vitality right now.
Yeah, BDS going through Hogan Mode. A little bit mean, but very, very strong result for them regardless. Radosin, though, able to capitalize on the Seiko error on the sidewall. Fancy getting that double touch. Ends up missing it. His teammates had full belief that he would get it. Radosin had no such belief. Shoots on the open, secures the first.
You have to remember, it's been a long old day for Team BDS. Well, Vitality knocked them down to the lower bracket and have just been chilling for the last, 3 hours? BDS have been making their way through late, long series. And they find themselves here, and it will start to become a factor, that exhaustion. Not quite yet, though. Monkey Moon shoots, Radosin saves. It's a good return to form for BDS after that mistake from Seiko. Got themselves back in the game. So Alpha can only put it in the center of the pitch. Monkey Moon wants to try and tackle Alpha, so the extra touch is helpful. Seiko doing everything he can to avoid Zen, who with 0 boost still gets it into the center. BDS has stepped up the pace. Stumpy Seiko misses on purpose that time, but it won't quite be enough for equalizer.
One pass, though, from Monkey. Central sees Rise, but Rise can't quite shoot into that open bottom left corner. Seiko now with the great interception. Just 50 boost to him, and now Alpha finding Radosin. No touch is coming in, but Rise intelligently waits back. Monkey can then go up for the block. Doesn't need it, so he can clear it long. Zen, being a pest, removes Rise, the brand new players to these rosters. Alpha with 1 on the reset. The 2nd on the reset. The dunk flies in. Ooh. Zen can't quite make that 3rd contact, but the devilish nature of Alpha is showing.
Yeah, good awareness from Team BDS there when Alpha was going for that double reset. BDS not just got the block, they also had the 2nd man. And against Team Vitality, as Corelli mentioned on the desk earlier, Stumpy, you have to be there for the follow-up. You have to get the challenge game in, because Vitality, what they're showing as these events go on, as teams figure out how to play them to an extent, is that they are also more than capable of playing the ugly game.
Yeah, for sure, and I think that's something that a lot of teams need to focus. BDS are fantastic at doing that as well. You know, they're able to get down and dirty when they need to. That's how they defeated Hogan Mode, where you can't be clean against a team that you don't know what to expect from. Rise, they're passing Seiko. That's clean. That's a save. Zen, his defense has been monstrous so far, and Rise getting 1 bump on Radosin. Removing 1 defender makes it a little bit easier. Radosin now on that receive from the pass from Alpha. Radosin now removing Seiko. Rise up for that 2nd touch. Nobody central to receive the miss, however, and with 2 minutes remaining, Vitality continue that push down. But it is very much back and forth.
Radosin is taken out by Rise. Zen's coming in. Zen should be able to steer this one home, and he does.
Brilliant moving from Zen. That was confidence. Radosin slows it down brilliantly, gets moved from the pitch, but Ryzen is on that full commit. Can't quite get anywhere near it. Seiko then dives across net, tries to clear it away, but the 2nd for Vitality.
Perfect start for Team Vitality. The reminder that they are the big bad of Europe right now. Going for this 3-peat, going for all 3 regionals. Rise gets the double tap, and Rise gets BDS back in it.
Rising back up, and he is making sure that BDS are not going to be going through this first game completely goalless. Great pass from Seiko, and again, intelligent play from Rise. Manages to get it off that sidewall, immediately slams it central, and I like not going for the insta shot there too.
Are BDS able to capitalise on getting themselves back in this game? Monkey Moon will be able to follow up on the kickoff, and he does so. Seiko's coming in. Seiko shoots! Charged down by Zen. Zen keeps it going. Up on the wall, Alpha's in front of him. Can Zen turn the 2-goal lead. He gets a couple of touches. It was one too many, though, for Alpha.
I like that movement, trying to get it central as well from Zen. Maybe a little bit too much beans on that bad boy. Fortunately for him, it goes back to him in the defense. Cut out by Seiko, who's been diving across multiple times. Zen able to easily clear away Monkey Moon's pass. 90 seconds remain, and it has been very back and forth, with now some brilliant control coming in from BDS. Radosin in defense tries to get it just over the halfway line, does manage to secure it, but who is waiting and lurking? It's Monkey Moon hunting for a second.
Seiko's waiting underneath this one. He booms it away, but Zen's already up. A filthy pre-jump. Won't quite turn into a pass. This is already the furthest Team BDS have got in one of these EU regionals since bringing in Rise. A couple of third-place finishes. Could be two better if they can get on top of Team Vitality and get the bracket reset they're so desperate for.
Bracket resets are not easy to get, and then they are also hard to then win that second series. No team has done it just yet in any of our regions this season. Bracket resets have been done. We've seen that previously with Liquid, and we've seen Zen shoot as that threatening shot goes on target, but nobody is able yet to be defeating any of the teams coming from the upper side of the bracket.
It just takes up so much mental capacity just to get the bracket reset and then to keep on going. Rise is keeping on going here, gets the play started again. Monkey Moon puts that one maybe a little bit too central, but Seiko's going to keep on coming. Should have another touch here, but Radosin is so speedy around the corner. Rise following up. Alpha just booming it as far away as he can. Vitality look to have game one sewn up, but BDS, they're knocking on the door all the way to the end.
Brilliant passes coming in, and again Central shut down. Kind of hoping that at some point you'd see one of them go for a solo play. Vitality push on this. No chance until kept up. Monkey Moon to Rise to fake the shot. BDS at 0 seconds are unbeatable.
Well, that gets this grand finals off to an absolute flyer. I thought the ball was hitting the floor. Monkey Moon thought differently and still had the presence of mind to go for the bump on Radosin. What a game one. We have an overtime.
And fakes him out going for that first shot too. Radosin thinks, okay, Monkey Moon's going to hit this, be nice and safe. Isn't able to. Radosin immediately from the kickoff forces Rise to stretch across and make the save. Zen Central no double. Now Alpha in for that next shot. Monkey Moon gets this possession, and Vitality thought that they had that first game completely sewn up.
Let's see, how shaken will they be? BDS have already been the bad guys so far today, knocking out Hogan mode. They would have known the world was against them. Now they have something even scarier. They have Vitality against them, the fully French team, the ones who are knocking on the door of 3 tournament wins in a row. Then gets the floor pinch, but no power on it. Keeps it going, bundles it forwards. Radosin can't get the reset, and Monkey Moon steams in ahead of Alpha.
Good clear again from Monkey Moon to Rise. That duo becoming ever more deadly with every second that goes past. Then another ground pinch.
He's getting one.
It forces Seiko to just try and bear in mind that he can get a couple himself. Seiko got a brilliant sidewall pinch versus Hogan mode earlier. Now Rise on this push gets bumped out the way. Monkey Moon with one doink. Gotta go central. One bump goes central. Seiko shoots wide on the fully open net. The pressure gets to him.
Would have been the doink assist of the day as well. Lovely play from Team BDS. Great approach. They have to start it all over again as Radosin just turns sideways in front of the Team BDS player's car. Monkey Moon sends this one forward. BDS on top. Can they make it happen? Rise is already up against them. Not making the same mistake again. Not letting him floor pinch. Alpha can't get Zen out the way. And Monkey Moon's around the corner. Awkward defending right now from Vitality, Stumpy.
Triple commit on that one ball as well, but it doesn't falter too much as it does manage to find its way into the blue half. Alpha's up with 50, tries to keep it central, but just pass it really back towards Monkey Moon, who relieves it over towards Rise. A miss from him sees Radosin then catch it in the midfield. 1 minute 40 has elapsed. Zen is removed from the pitch. Vitality somewhat toothless on a couple of their attempts. As Alpha tries to find the nobody man, but Zen is there and sent to the graveyard yet again.
Rise already there for Seiko's clearance. There's great transition right there from Team BDS. Finding each other with every clearance that they make. Every time they get the ball in defense. Ball into a BDS player. They're getting these second touches right now as well. Seiko can't quite beat Zen. Of course, Zen, the biggest outlet for Team Vitality. To have that clear-cut chance almost being the case of a couple of pinches. Radosin, he can go forward as well. It was Alpha Magic that gave him the lead. They had until 0 seconds, and BDS, they're continuing to climb this mountain. His Rise around the corner, following up to Monkey Moon.
I mean, the shots on both of these teams, 14 we're seeing on BDS, and we're seeing 11 on the side of Vitality. Pure aggression from both these teams. Great defense coming in, though, managing to block out all of those decent chances. Seiko with one reset onto the sidewall. Does manage to meet Zen, one of the fellow newbies that he's seeing. Monkey Moon central, Seiko demos, Rise to shoot, but faked out by Zen. No chance for him. 3 minutes just about elapsed in this first game overtime.
When you consider that you have to get a bracket reset if you're Team BDS, this first game could be so important just to give them an injection of energy after the long day that they've had. Rice puts it up. He won't be able to get the second touch. It just falls into the center. Zen, he gets a demo to benefit him. And Zen puts it away. And Vitality are one step closer to regional perfection.
Vitality take their time with an open net. They bide it and they shoot on it. Radosin with an instrumental demolition. The arena lights up in yellow as Vitality, game number 1, only 3 more needed for the 3-time regional victory. Something, as the desk was saying, that has not been seen before in Europe.
Zen dropping, casually, a 922-point game. There was an overtime, but it wasn't like it was a, 10-minute overtime. That's just Zen being on the end of everything.
Oh, my... Oh.
It's a lot of points.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of points. I'm actively grimacing at how strong that first game was. 6 saves, 6 shots, everywhere on the pitch, and Vitality managed to squeak it out in that overtime too. But what a 0-second goal for BDS, when I absolutely thought it was over too.
Yeah, all 3 players involved as well. There was the infield pass from Alpha, I think it was, and Radosin was going for the demo, maybe the other way around. I saw it.
No, that was it, yeah.
It was that way around, yeah. And of course, then he's the man that you want in the center just to bullet that ball home, even if there is a Team BDS goalkeeper. But Stumpy, it's reminiscent of the series we saw earlier. BDS very much in it, but who's the team that comes in clutch?
Yeah, Vitality manages just to sneak it away on this chance where they won it earlier, 4-1. They have got that precedent. They are going to be the more confident team coming in. BDS did not look as good as they should have done earlier as well. This is a chance for them to reset it entirely. And on the kickoff, on Forbidden Temple, we're going to be seeing who walks away with game number 2.
Already, it's Team BDS starting the second game better, and that's what we want to see. We want to see them continuing to press upon Vitality, because my biggest fear, Stumpy, for this series is that BDS will just run out of puff. So continue to take the front foot, continue to attack Team Vitality, and let's have a grand final that we all deserve.
I mean, they're going to be happy that they got rid of Hogan mode in 4-1. That didn't go to 7. It was done relatively quick, and Rise has still got plenty of puff to push him down the pitch.
I mean, you talk about the fact that these players have already got where they're finishing, where they're making the major, their seeding locked in. Do you think for a second it's occurred to Rise that, oh, it doesn't matter, we've already got second seed locked in? This is the player who's come in here to win tournaments. He is desperate, as are his teammates, to get back to winning ways.
I've said it before, and I think everybody has, really. The absolute genius and somewhat audacity of him to say, you know, Oxford were doing pretty good. We qualified for lands. We were one of the favourites. And yet, really? Oh, God, that defence in BDS is stellar. And really, they were just thinking, no, you know what? I want Worlds. I don't just want to go to these events. I don't want to just participate. I want to win them. And Monkey Moon on the open net is going to be seeing Game 2 as a potential winner again.
Here he is Monkey Moon just showing his pace.
Bounce.
Rolling back the months like an RLCS play, Monkey Moon all alone in the center of the pitch, the BDS rotation taking away entirely the opposition team, and then BDS having the wherewithal to put away the open goal.
1 minute and a very strong lead coming in favour of Vitality here. And kickoff going beautifully into the back corner, releasing the 100 boost and ball possession, gets immediately shut down by Seiko as the double demo comes in on the back line in favour of Vitality. Zen pinching high with the second. He smashes it home, and he is a smashing player.
You can have all the play, you can have all the possession, but as soon as Zen gets the 100 boost and goes to the ceiling, you're in big trouble. And that's exactly what BDS were in. 2-1 now. BDS have the lead, but Vitality have stolen our hearts.
In the chat, Rise with a nice one, and Zen with a thanks.
Thanks.
That's all you can give it. That was an unbelievable shot from Zen. Great wherewithal to just realise those ceiling pinches are relatively underutilised in the RLCS and pro play generally. If you can be a person to master them, then they're going to be coming out in the most terrifying and shocking of ways. Alpha wanting to shock the position now, the defense. One touch out, though, does manage to find Zen. But yeah, just a little bit shaky as we see BDS start to have to defend some wondrous shots.
Oh my goodness, Zen, though, is getting all the solo plays now. It was Alpha coming in, it was a top save from Seiko. But Zen is getting way too much time on the ball for my liking. As far as BDS are concerned, Seiko should be able to push this one home. He is. But it's worrying times, but it's 3-1 BDS.
3 minutes remaining with Monkey Moon just getting that wonderful 50 versus Zen. That's all he has to do. That's the setup. Alpha is high. Seiko shoots low. It's a great push by them. BDS making sure that they are a team that will keep pushing. 2-goal lead is not enough. They're going to be trying to push for 3.
Here it comes potentially. It's a good kickoff again. The infield pass is slow and steady, and Rise is following it up. Now Zen around the corner. He's got no boost. He doesn't need it at all. He still manages to get the challenge all the way to Radosin via a few chain dashes. And Rise can turn around, but Alpha fronts it above the Team BDS goal. They find themselves a couple of goals down.
Approaching half-time and now a push for Vitality. Alf with a reset, but Monkey Moon shuts him down handily on that sidewall. And look at Rise's position. He is aggressive in that opposite half. He's making sure that when he's pushing up far, he is trying to find a player or at minimum some boost to work with. One ceiling pinch not going quite his way. Not reminiscent of Zen just yet. Instead, just a little bit too far. Rise, they sees one open net, sends it high. Alf has to stretch to clear it away, and of course does.
Seiko, though, continues BDS's good work and almost gets it over the top of Radosin. There was a backflip involved in all of that, but BDS doing so well to keep the pressure up against Team Vitality. Seiko had a shooting chance, and he's rolled it, Stumpy.
Rise had the best shooting chance I've seen. Yes, they're 3-1 up, but that could have been 3-goal lead. They managed to get it in front of net. Rise with just a very poorly timed backflip. Maybe thought Radosin wasn't going to get there. Backflip deliberately, I don't know, but it looked pretty accidental to me.
I'm really impressed with the way BDS have played this. After that Zen Wonder goal, and actually since that Zen Wonder goal, and apart from that Zen Wonder goal, it's been all Team BDS. Every opportunity has gone to them. The boost is mainly theirs. The midfield possession belongs entirely to the team in blue. And Vitality, they're trying these solo plays, but BDS are spreading around the pitch too well. They're too quick. They're dealing with the solo plays too well. Not until. There's also a save there. Zen shoots again, but Monkey Moon now recovers to get the save. Radosin's turn. He fakes it out towards Alpha. Zen's following up. Will this be a fake or a shot? Radosin can't get the touch. Rise should be able to get in ahead of Zen. He is, at least for now. Another save from Rise, and he keeps it going.
Continues that push down. Now maybe a potential counter-attack forming. Rise with 150 in the corner. Zen's going to win that challenge out, in fact. That defense from BDS is world-class. Outstanding from every single player taking their part.
Alpha gets the pinch up high towards Zen. Here is Alpha, gets it back to Zen into the corner. Over the top it goes. Monkey Moon has Seiko to his right. It could be another brilliant Team BDS counter-attack. Seiko with the early shot. This push to the side. Desperate times, though, for Team Vitality.
Great response so far from BDS. Can they keep this going with 35 seconds remaining? It's Seiko in the midfield. Only one player back now lurking beneath. It is Zen. The double reset comes in for Seiko. Just trying to be a nuisance on that ball as often as he possibly can. Keeps it threatening in that orange half. Vitality cannot work their way out.
Vitality, who, by the way, have had 11 shots so far in this game. They haven't seemed like scoring 11 goals. There was the Zen one, there was a couple of decent saves from Team BDS and a bit of a scrap, but apart from that, general gameplay has been all Team BDS's in game number 2. They're well and truly alive in this grand final, Stumpy, and it is hotting up to be the ending that this EU split deserves.
It feels crazy that we're already on Regional 3. It's the Invitational of Spring. It feels like not that long ago we crowned this very team as our world champions. It's crazy how fast that we have progressed through the 22-23 season. We've still got another LAN to come. Then we've got Worlds to come after that. Boston and Germany, I hope you are ready for this caliber of gameplay.
I know, the standard is always going up as well. The level of goals that we're going to see. Imagine seeing, when we see this Zen replay, if we see this Zen replay, here it comes. Imagine seeing this with a crowd surrounded by 10,000 people, full of French people, full of North American fans. Oh my goodness, it's going to be something entirely special and unique, Stumpy Goblin. But the series goes on. Team BDS.
Worlds is like mostly sold out as well. Sorry, can I just continue to rave about this?
Continue.
Worlds is like mostly sold out as far as I believe. Like when you go on the websites, you have to really scramble to get any tickets for it. You can keep checking in the chat, of course. I believe it's !tickets if you really fancy it. See if you can keep refreshing that page. But Germany and Boston now are going to be absolute riots. Both of these teams are looking like they are going to be there too.
Germany and Boston going to be more filled than this here stadium with these eggs. Except it'll be humans, and it'll be beautiful, it'll be special and fantastic. We've got a finals to compete in now as Zen goes maybe over the top of Monkey Moon. He fakes the flip reset, Alpha's coming in. Zen's facing the complete wrong direction. Not even he can flip his car 180 degrees in 0.1 seconds. And that attack, Stumpy Goblin, comes to naught. But maybe that one does, and that one's pinching all the way in!
What a dunk! What a magnificent, colossal dunk that Alpha has produced. sees immediately Seiko's going for an easy hit, sees that the net is completely open, and bangs it long. 25 seconds, Alpha, the vision, the Vitality first goal.
It's exactly what they needed as well after losing there on Forbidden Temple. Zen goes over the top again. It could be two. Seiko and Monkey Moon, the two of them combining. Now here's Alpha. Zen's just waiting. Actually, no, he's not. He's pre-flipping into a flip reset almost. Up against Rise. Radosin's turning around the corner. Seiko's coming in. They need to get here now. Team BDS reacted brilliantly to a Zen goal in the last game. Can they do the same to an Alpha dunk?
I thought Zen was going to be going from a save into another incredible goal. Isn't quite able to work out on that chance. Now Seiko, the previous newbie, up against the new newbie. Radosin tries to block out one, isn't able to get there with zero boost. Seiko can't continue his threatening run. Alpha with one block himself, with a reset as well. The identical car comes and sweeps in. Zen with a pass, Zen with a bump, Radosin with the shot. It falls wide.
It falls wide, but they'll keep on coming. This one's up though. Seiko should be able to clear this one decently, but it's just a long prod forward. Right now you can see how starved Team BDS are of boost. How much Vitality have adapted their game, how much Ferre's magical whiteboard is improving them from one game to the next, because they were second best over on Forbidden Temple. It's not happening here. Zen almost lands the triple. He doesn't need to. Here's Alpha.
I needed that to not go in for my own sanity, quite frankly. Zen's up for one on the reset, hits it on the backboard, can't quite score the triple. Rise has no idea what to do, nearly makes contact, and suddenly there is an identical twin Alpha mobile flying its way in. 2-0 Vitality. Game 3 going in their favor.
It's turning into Vitality domination as well. 7 shots for Team Vitality, just 1 for BDS. It should be 2, it could be 2, it might be 2. Now Rise gets the dunk, almost doubling up to 4 there. First a shot and then the follow-up. Still no goal. Rise is there into the center, Seiko. He shoots. Monkey Moon over the top with Zen. Zen gets the touch and Zen can take it away. A terrifying moment for Vitality, Stumpy, but they just keep on surviving.
That's the story of Vitality. When it becomes scary, they become scarier. 3 minutes left. Alpha on that side will go from a save to a corner play. And Zen with a cheeky little half flip. 25 boost. Does get caught out by Seiko, but Alpha is up quickly. Misses on that chance. Now Rise again passing central. Utterly selfless on these plays. Seiko with one reset round. Isn't able to get anything from that, unfortunately for him. But a boost steal is going to be setting up BDS well to continue play.
I'm trying to see what Vitality are actually doing differently from the last game to this one. We'll call it a fake, it's Zen. But
no, I'll call it a miss. It's Zen, thank you.
I think for the most part, it's just that their solo plays are landing a lot more. The mechanics that weren't quite working for them on Forbidden Temple are functioning this time. That's making BDS take another step back. Look at the redirect, look at the finish. It's pure brilliance.
Oh my good golly gosh, that is outrageous. Zen with a sidewall redirect for the ages. An Alpha to receive. The placement and the positioning from Vitality on every aspect of that play and the minutiae of it was perfection.
The fun's there as well, though. Rise says, great pass. Alpha says, no! Saying, I think it was a shot, Zen. Come on, admit it. You meant that to go in.
2 minutes left and Vitality turning it up more and more. The oven gets hotter and the kitchen becomes more and more crowded as these players try to make something special happen. Zen steer away Monkey Moon's relatively lackadaisical shot. Alpha going central with this play with 50 boost just to get over Seiko, which he fails to do. And it's just going to come down to Vitality now, not pressing too hard, realizing 3 goals, that's more than enough to win a game by.
Yeah, but they'll go for more, though. You sort of wonder, what are they going to conjure up next? Alpha is trying to land on that ball and pinch it towards the goal. Zen was just waiting with a sort of almost sprint start, thinking, go on, ball. What's going to happen to you? Here he comes again. Oh, what a redirect that was! How to get from the angle, the tip of that Fennec from the bump as well.
Monstrous plays from every angle for Vitality, and BDS in game number 3 unable to deal with it. Rise on 48 points. He's got 1 shot, which is contributing mostly to that score as well. Chance for him now to make up for it. One brilliant demo, but the flick has got just too many beans in the tank, and it goes off the crossbar. Minute remains. Vitality, they continue this push.
At some point, you have to think it ain't going to be your game, and Team BDS, as that flick bounces devastatingly to the crossbar and above the goal, they realize that is the moment they can call this one goodbye unless they score right here, right now. But Radosin smartly has had himself all the way back and just takes it forward. This has got very much garbage time written all over it already, if you ask me, with turtles flying over the place and some free jump plays. Sorry, you know what I mean. I just, you know, it's turtle, isn't it?
I just don't like his music, that's fair. Oh, what a save from Rise on that ground. manages to clear away the fantastic shot. Does manage to go off the crossbar, however. 20 seconds ticking down on the clock. Garbage time is well and truly there. As Radosin blocks away that one probably final shot for BDS. Fantastic play overall. Vitality, they looked like a new machine coming into this game, and it is whirring, it is fully fired up. The Pistons are overwhelming the energy of BDS so far, but that only means 2-1 in the series.
That was a big drop from Team BDS, enforced by a big rise from Team Vitality. So hopefully as we go to the next game, BDS will be able to set themselves up yet again. Maybe time for a tactical timeout after that one, I say, as Rule 1 very much continues. Look at this. Rule 1 in full effect. Until now. They kept it up as long as they could. Well done.
You just want to steal all the people that hate me for saying Rule 2 yesterday. God, I got a lot of DMs about that, by the way.
I didn't realise.
Thank you, everybody who DM'd me about Rule 2 and Rule 1. Love that. Locking heads is definitely Rule 2. Thank you, guys. BDS, they do take that fated timeout. They needed it. Rise only managed to get 114 points by the end. He got a lot of shots. They were all in garbage time. He was near, as Rolders would say, invisible in that game.
He was, yeah. He didn't do too much after doing a massive job so far today. All day long, pretty much, Rise was the difference between Hogan mode. When Team BDS turned it on and pretty much decimated Hogan mode, it was because Rise looked like he had it in his eyes. He had had enough of this. He needs to perform right now against Team Vitality. They had 12 shots. To be fair, in the end, Team BDS did have a few of their own, but I think as far as the eye test goes, Vitality were the only team in that last one.
Yeah, I think it comes down to seeing what Vitality can really put up, and it was an alpha hat trick off some of the best passes I think we have seen come from Vitality so far. That Zen sidewall pass
Shot.
seems like it was meant to be a shot, yes. No. If we are to believe Alpha, who said no after Rice saying great pass. But yeah, I feel like it's a Vitality machine. As we said, the Pistons, they are firing. It is terrifying to see what they are capable of.
And so far this season, Team Liquid have come up against Team Vitality in a grand final in the first regional of the Open. They couldn't do it. Carmine Corp in the European Cup, they came up against them, and even after the bracket reset, Stumpy, they just run out of puff. This is the last chance for a team to truly defeat Team Vitality in this entire regional split. It's never been done before. The achievement that the team in yellow are on the cusp of making is absolutely gargantuan. And all that stands in their way is Team BDS.
And the closest we've had to Vitality losing any full series, any matchup this split has been versus Carmine Corp. When they took them down in one series, so they've lost one series this entire time, in the grand final when they came from the uppers, so therefore they just went and 4-2'd them in the end anyway. Vitality haven't lost any meaningful series so far. They have won every single matchup. They are essentially undefeated, but not so if you then look at one of their, their Wikipedia page. It is BDS trying to break that streak and trying to win one for themselves.
They find themselves in this series, though, 2-1 down. Can they get more games than they did earlier on in the day when they were defeated by a very, very similar scoreline? Radosin needs to get this one into the corner and get the boost as well. No, he's not, but Alpha can get it himself. BDS, let's see what they can make from this tactical timeout.
And post-timeouts, BDS have won 3 of the last 4 as well. In the series timeouts, it comes down to them not necessarily playing as well beforehand, and then just having that minute to be able to talk about it and understand what exactly they need to be changing going through. And Mew is a brilliant coach too, and you add on to him extra, there's no wonder that they have managed to get brilliant results after these timeouts have occurred.
And these series have been close between BDS and Vitality. I mentioned that it was 4-1 earlier on in the day. Every game apart from the first one earlier on was either overtime or within 1 goal. There's not that much difference between the two teams. It really is the thing that Rise was brought in for. Clutch back to that moment where Vitality just forced a goal out of nothing.
That goal at 44 miles an hour, which I feel is very, very unlikely. Does that touch even happen? But that's Radosin hitting it, but then it says that Zen scored it. How's that 44 miles an hour? I don't know, game. How have you done that? Vitality, though, with a 1-goal lead in this one. And BDS, we were talking about their grand finals appearances previously. Their last regional event win was Spring Regional 2 last year. Their last event win in general was World. And Alpha has got his eyes set on that trophy this time around.
Yeah, it's starting to look as Zen gets another wondrous redirect. Look at the amount of distance he got himself on the ball there between him and the ball. And Alpha just puts it home. It's easy enough when you're getting assists like that one.
Minute 10, Vitality. More impressive goals flying their way, and Monkey Moon wanting to get one off the kickoff. Rise removing Zen. That's the big threat man, the one who's putting all these passes in and making it horrifying for anybody on defense to be able to deal with it from the side of BDS. Monkey Moon to receive, pops it high, manages to chase it, but a lot of boosts used for not much result, and with Alpha bumping Rise out of the way, it falls back down to Monkey Moon to chase, but nothing to come from it, and he's used about 100 himself. Alpha trying to bump Seiko away from that one. Menaces in the skies, dogfights breaking out.
You get the impression that if Team BDS can't stem the flow pretty much immediately, this Grand Finals is going to turn into yet another Team Vitality victory lap. They've got the ability, they've got the capability. Can they get it done? Rise, he shoots forward, Radosin's there, can't quite get the double, Seiko's coming in. I bet a couple of approaches from Team BDS. They just need that little bit more, Stumpy.
2 minutes now elapsed, and so far BDS only having a single shot on target as well. Nobody from them even above 100 points when we approach halfway through the game. Vitality have been dominant in this game 4. Radosin goes high and gets caught out by Rise. Midfield sees Seiko take control of the ball. Zen is up so incredibly fast that Seiko can barely make a dent on the distance.
Yeah, Vitality doing that thing they like to do, where they just wait, they chill, they counter-attack, and when they come forward, it's utterly devastating. Alpha just about hitting the post. This could be a chance to counter now for Team BDS. Seiko, oh, he had his teammate Rise coming in to take down Zen. Not quite enough. Seiko shoots again, but Radosin's in the right place. And then Alpha, Vitality, they're not just mechanical masterminds, they're defensive masterclasses as well.
It's shot, save, over and over again, repeating, continuing, winning, over and over. And Vitality, they are taking pure control here in the Coliseum. One shot finds itself on target from Monkey Moon, but saved away by Alpha. Seiko, a failed pinch on this chance. They are not Hogan mode, mate. They are Vitality, and they will shut you down.
Alpha might be able to kill this game almost, but it's saved by Monkey Moon. Out the way to Radosin. Rise charges him down. That's what Team BDS need to do. Get these challenges in. Force a dunk, force something. Give themselves something. Seiko up against Radosin, but Radosin wins it cleanly. And Vitality, Stumpy, they just look half a second quicker right now than Team BDS.
Shutting them down is just going to be so infuriating for BDS too. They're sending 2 men to pretty much every single ball, wanting and hoping that they can get it away. But there is still a minute 20, and that is a great pre-jump from Rise, but Zen manages to work it around with one reset. He taps it central, doesn't even need the reset. Alpha bobbles it goalward. Seiko with one save. Rise with a miss. BDS really starting to let the length of this competition start to slow them down. It has been a long old day. Monkey Moon, though, shoots. Radosin doesn't need to make contact, and Monkey Moon in and out saves it away.
Oh, unbelievable. That was the moment. BDS players steaming in. Every single one wanted a touch. The only one that got one was the one who was already in the net. Zen, he keeps it coming for Team Vitality. BDS, are they running out of puff in front of our very eyes? Seiko just wants to follow this ball down. I think Monkey Moon might want the world to open up and swallow him, but here is Rise. He tries to fake his way around Radosin. Radosin's defending, Stumpy. Huge.
He has been the most incredible defensive player I think that we've seen on Vitality. The way that he has not just got that save, but got into a good position. Seiko shooting, forcing 2 players to go for that one. Neither of them actually Radosin on that chance. But Radosin's defense, he has made sure that he has been instrumental in clearing the ball away, as well as getting that first touch too. And the final 10 seconds ticks down. Vitality find themselves on series and tournament point, pushing for the treble.
It's a position they've been in time after time after time this split. And every time we think that another team is going to rise up and take them down, Team Vitality just have that little bit too much.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do we see Vitality Hogan mode it? Do you know what I mean by that?
Do a tactical
Do they do a tacky tea right before they take the tournament?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be a real sort of show of faith. It'd be the equivalent of like slow rolling the ball in 1v1. You stop it in front of your own goal and just go, come on, you're gonna come.
Force them to push. Honestly, a Vitality tacky tea here would bring in another French Civil War, I'm sure. Like, it would be devastating for BDS, but instead, they're not going to be doing that. They're going to be continuing through, as they would just want to think, you know, let's win it out. Let's get the 4-1 yet again versus BDS. But BDS earlier on in this series, looked like they had a little bit more to give. We have seen teams get second wins. A 3-1 is not a death sentence by any means.
No, not at all. There's definitely the capability that Team BDS get the 3 games in a row right now against Team Vitality that they need. And as for your timeout question, Stumpy, maybe you should have a little word with Farah. You know, so when they're at this position in Boston, they're about to win the Boston Major. They still haven't lost a series. They're 3-0 up against NRG in the grand finals. Just, you know, give a little nod to Farah, and he'll go, oh,
hell no.
It's a good timeout.
Oui. We'll hear a very, very silent oui. Just rain through. Make sure it finds the undertones of the entire arena. Deadeye Canyon, a potential burial place for BDS as Vitality want to secure the championship in the Spring Invitational. Their chance for the treble, it may well end here.
A potential burial place for Team BDS, and perhaps Team Vitality will find themselves carved in that stone, turning into legends of the game already, as then he fakes out one. He's round another, just low 15 his way through.
My word!
It's easy.
That is preposterous then! The slow play, the low 50, tap it in from the bump on that final keeper. Vitality, they run rings around BDS.
I mean, I compared Team Vitality to having their faces carved on stone like Mount Rushmore. I feel like Team BDS should rush less, slow down a little bit, not let Zen do you like that. Because they're trying to predict him. They're trying to see what he's going to do. They're trying to think what Vitality are going to do. And every time they're about to hit the ball, Vitality just pull it away from them.
Good demo on that back with Alpha removing Rise means that these passes have to play a lot more locally. You can't just send it across as Vitality have been doing previously. Can't take that one out of the Vitality playbook. Rise now in the midfield, relatively high on boost. It could get a play, but Alpha shuts him down with 30 boost himself, though, and then falls back down over towards Radosa in the midfield with a ceiling pinch caught out by Seiko. And I like this. We're now seeing BDS try to shut down Vitality as early as they possibly can.
Keep it up, Team BDS. Let's have ourselves a final. Let's have a series. You got more than one game in you. Seiko, he leaves that one towards Rise. Brilliant decision, but Radosin, Stumpy, who else reads what they're doing?
Radosin on that chance yet again, just happens to know what is going on. Alpha bringing himself back into the enforcer role. Tries to go for a bump and does open the net somewhat for Radosin, with Zen trying to get one redirect, isn't able to secure it. Now Radosin on that back line. Seiko is very stationary, gets one pass, and Rise, he sees the wrong player and he bumps Seiko into the net. That's not Radosin, mate. That's an open net in your own half now.
That's exhaustion. They're just hitting each other. They don't know where to turn their cars. Then gets yet another redirect. That one's cleared away. Alpha can do anything. His entire tricky repertoire in front of his very eyes. He goes for a double flip reset. Monkey Moon finds that one a little bit too simple to deal with as far as Vitality are concerned. Look how much space they've got. Again, Zen dancing his way through the defense. It's still 1-0, but Vitality, it just seems like a matter of time.
It's that 1-0 that Monkey Moon's going to try and turn around here. Zen is up quickly with one pass. Radosin with a brilliant interception. Now Alpha, that back corner, is going to start off this play. One flick, goes low. Zen isn't able to get on the end of that for the shot. Nose off his Fennec, isn't going to be able to find it. Seiko fakes out Zen on that play too. Possession falls from 1-2-3. Seiko with a shot, flies high, and Alpha clearing away. Monkey Moon, a weak shot central. Rise was waiting. He should have passed it mid.
But Team BDS have done Operation 1, avoid conceding another goal. Now they have to equalize. Monkey Moon tries to get that started in his own corner. It's not going to happen. Alpha, he's just punching it through. Team Vitality on the cusp of immortality.
Monkey Moon wanted to be a little bit too clever there, and Alpha says, you've got all the time in the world, pal. I'll just wait and let you give me the ball. His teammates rushing back into defense, unable to get anything from it. 2 minutes 20, 2 goals Vitality. As we said, tournament and treble on the line.
BDS, here's Rise. Has to get something going straight away. Radosin comes in, though. Seiko will get the save to the side. Radosin follows it up yet again. Radosin, who every time BDS come forwards, looks massive. Alpha to the backboard. Monkey Moon can slow things down. And with 2 minutes left, Stumpy, that's BDS's opportunity. Just take a second, take the chance, make the most of it, get the dunk. Rise is going in! And he hits the post! It's devastating for BDS fans, but it's still 2-0.
The heart rate across half of France, absolutely skyrocketing. In the other half, the immediate... Okay, no chance for that one to be finding its way in. Zen to the ceiling, no chance on that double, unfortunately for him. As now Monkey Moon, 90 seconds left with one air dribble, but not quite enough boost in the tank to outwit Alpha.
Can they get a couple more chances, BDS? Rise. He's still trying, he's still scrapping away, but when the ball just falls to Zen, it might backfire. He gets a flip reset. Monkey Moon was coming in. Monkey Moon also gets a decent challenge. They are still going Team BDS. Credit to them for that regard. It's just, the ball's not falling for them, Stumpy.
One ball sent high. Monkey Moon wants to find Seiko. Unable to. 1 minute will begin to tick down with a pass central and Rise onto the opposite corner. Not enough boost to get any convincing shot from it. With one reset, though, Seiko, the man in the middle, is gone. The net is open. It is a goal for BDS. 1 goal deficit for them to work back from.
Finally, BDS get their breakthrough. It was a double commit between Alpha and Zen, and Monkey Moon just had to hold his nerve and put his team back in it, and that's exactly what he did.
So well earned from BDS. Not down and out just yet. A push from Monkey Moon is shut down by Redocin off the kickoff. We are now with 50 seconds remaining. 1 pinch high. That's Seiko going mid. There's Zen there to block him out, and he does so. Rise has to shy away from that ball. Zen just sends it long. That net is open. That is the 3rd for Vitality. The 2nd for Zen. 2 goals established yet again.
It makes perfect sense as well. It had to be him. The man who everyone thought would triple flip reset his way to victory has actually turned out to be a brilliant positional player, a brilliant defender, a brilliant team player. So the simple finish from the young Frenchman, it almost seems poetic, Stumpy.
30 seconds remaining. And with those 2 goals, it is going to be huge for BDS if they can get just 1 back. Otherwise, it's a chance for Vitality to just be trying to tick down this clock.
Redocin has a pass to the side if he wants to take it, but right now that's not what matters. It's just about stealing away those extra seconds, counting away the seconds until you've done what no other team in Rocket League history has managed to do in EU or North America. Zen passes it to Alpha and it's almost over.
That's it. On the 0 second mark, Vitality earn themselves the European regional treble.
A massive achievement and performance for everyone involved in Team Vitality, not just the players, not even just the coach in Ferrer as they celebrate. The entire staff, everyone there at the Vitality HQ has had their say in something we never thought we'd see in European RLCS.